I'll put that on the record for purposes of posterities, but she's ready to do that this time, okay?
We're ready, Michael.
Ready, Your Honor?
Yes, ma'am, go right ahead.
Your Honor, as it relates to Mr. Tinquarius Mender, Mr. Mender is charged with count 1 of the indictment, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, which carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years. He's also charged with count 44 of the indictment, which is possession of a weapon by an incarcerated individual, which carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years. Count 45, possession of a telecommunication device by an incarcerated individual, which carries a sentence of 1 to 5 years. And last, count 46, which is participation in criminal street gang activity, which carries a sentence of 5 to 20 years. Mr. Mender is an ANC recidivist. The state did file a recidivist notice on December 9th of this year. If Mr. Mender was found guilty of all the counts in the indictment, he would be looking at a maximum exposure of 50 years to serve in prison.
And now,
So what she's saying, if they don't testify against Young Thug, then they gonna get this time suspended for right now if you do what we tell you to do.
But can you tell Mr., for the benefit of the record
Crazy.
and for Mr. Mender's benefit, what potentially may happen if he were to be convicted of any of these particular counts? Like what would, under A or C?
Yes, if he's convicted of any of the counts, as an ANC recidivist, Mr. Mender, you would have to get the maximum amount on for that charge, and then whatever
so
time
this black
the court
woman,
gives
she
you,
turn
which
around
would
and look
be the
at him
maximum
and let
spend
him know,
every
hey,
day
you're
in
gonna
court
get the max.
which means you have to spend
Man
every day
ain't playing down
Yeah,
there in
no
Fulton
good time.
County in Atlanta.
It's a to-the-door sentence.
Yes, he would get any credit for a time served.
Shaking my head
course,
up
yeah.
to
But
door.
Anything else would
Sentence.
be a full sentence door to door.
So his max is 50 years?
Yes,
Anything
Your
else would
Honor.
be a
Okay,
full
and what's the
sentence.
state's offer?
Yes, Your Honor. The state's
And his max 50
offer
years.
for Mr.
Man, that
Mender
prosecuting
as to count
attorney and that
one
judge low
is
down.
16 years to serve 1 year, committed to time served, with a balance of 15 years on probation. The state would offer that his probation could
Man,
be
she over here
terminated
talking
upon
about a
successful
balance,
completion of
like
the
he got
first
a
10
bank
years
account with
of
the-
the sentence, provided that he
with the
violated
judge,
no
man.
provisions of the agreement or no special conditions of the agreement, and that he violates no law of the state of Georgia. As to count 44, the state's recommendation is 5 years to serve 1 year, commuted to time served, with a
Shoot,
balance
forget that.
to be
He
served
might
on
well serve
probation,
time.
concurrent with count 1.
Now,
As
y'all
to
might
count
well just do
45,
that time.
it would be
They're
5
scaring the
years to
hell out
serve
of y'all,
1 year,
man. So y'all
commuted
can
to time
get
served
free
and
just to
confinement.
tell on
Excuse me,
Young
commuted to
Thug,
time
man.
served, followed by 4 years on probation, concurrent with counts 1 and 44. And count 46 would be 16 years to serve 1 year, commuted to time served, followed by 15 years on probation, concurrent with count 1, 44, and 45. Would be the offer. Mr. Mender also is currently on another indictment, 21 SC.
Shit, they got his ass on the offer up
250.
situation.
In
Boy.
this case,
Forget snitching, forget ratting. Take me right back to my cell.
Concurrent with that case, whenever he resolved that other case, Your Honor.
Is that before me or before another division?
It is in this division currently, Your Honor.
You looking
And
like
that's
this some
being handled
BS.
by,
This is setup. This don't sound right.
ADA Lauren Jansen with the state.
Does he have bond on that case ending in 250?
I hope he using that brain and now he thinking
I
for
don't believe he has a
real.
bond on that case.
Hey,
No, he's
this
in
sound
no
like
bond.
some
He has a no
bull
bond
crap.
status.
But on this case, he is potentially he could go home today.
Correct. If he was given a bond, he would. This case, he would not have served any jail time on this
All right.
case.
Okay.
And that offer will also conclude today, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Fagan, have you communicated that to your client in terms of is that to correctly summarize the plea agreement or the potential plea offer, I should say?
The only change was that he wasn't aware of the concurrent status for the second case. At this time, though, he still maintains a not guilty plea.
Sure.
Respectfully rejects the offer, and we announce ready for trial.
Okay. All right. Ms. Fagan, have you communicated that to your client in terms of is that to correctly summarize the plea agreement or the potential plea offer?
The only change was that he wasn't aware of the concurrent status for the second case. At this time, though, he still maintains a not guilty plea. Respectfully request rejects the offer, and we announce ready for trial.
Now you change your
Okay,
mind
Mr.
before
Mender,
they throw
I'll
your
tell
ass
you
in the
and I'll
lion's
tell
den.
Mr. Beebe and Mr. Stevens the same thing, okay? At this point, you have the absolute right to plead not guilty, and that's what the law will presume, and the court will,
Now, hold up,
of course,
hold
instruct that
up.
you have a
Now,
presumption.
y'all done made the
and
judge
presumptions
mad.
and
Now, listen to
protections you
this shit
enjoy as a
right
criminal
here.
accused. You have to decide for yourselves what you want to do in this particular case. Depending upon the results or the outcome of the trial. The only thing I would tell you, Mr. Mender, is the most, and I'm sure that Ms. Fagan, she's a very fine attorney. Seen her work.
The
But
judge said that she's a very
trials,
fine attorney.
there's one
So
thing
the
about
judge
trials,
trying to
it's
coerce him
uncertainty.
to
You don't know
get
what's
back in
gonna
the plea
happen.
deal. Get
So-
out of here.
You gotta beat 4 counts. If you don't beat them, what'll happen is.
Look how
under
he
this
looking at
AHC
him, talking about you gotta beat 4
recidivist
counts. Just listen.
I have to, under the law, sentence you to the maximum sentence. And then whatever I sentence you to, you serve to the door. That's not anything I have any discretion over. It's not anything because I don't like you or because of what you're being charged with or whatever. Those have nothing to do with anything. That's what the state
Them
of
prosecuting
Georgia, the
attorneys got that
legislature has
judge
mandated
acting like
that I
a
sentence
Uncle
you to.
Tom.
So
Straight
one of
Uncle
the things a
Tom.
plea does is you know what you're getting. It caps your exposure.
First of all, he
So-
know what a plea is. That
And
nigga
what the
ain't
state's
done.
telling you today is if you take the plea today, this is what you're gonna get, and this is what I probably sentence you to, and you're done. You gotta decide that for yourself. You can't be worried about any of these other folks that are attached to this indictment, because a plea is individual to that particular person for those particular reasons that he or she feels.
So listen, the judge is begging
is
him,
of
and
best
the
interest
judge
to
let him
them.
know that the state
Not anybody
of
else.
Georgia coming after you.
So, if you want a couple minutes out to talk with Ms. Fagan about that, nobody will be the wiser, and certainly, but if you don't wish to do so, that's fine too. You'll get the fairest trial that the law demands and expects you to get. You will get that. I, as your trial judge, will make sure that that occurs.
Laugh
But
out loud.
one
So
of the
you
things I
basically
cannot
telling him
do
that he
is
gonna get some
I
time,
can't
but
force
telling
the
him
state
that you gonna
at
have
the
a
end
fair
of the trial
trial. Man,
to
get out
pull
of
this
here.
recidivist notice. If you get convicted, they can maintain it, and you'll serve every day of it. And Ms. Fagan can ask
So the
them in
judge
court,
is
and
still
they can
trying
say
to tell
no.
him to rat,
I
to
can't
say
make
that
him
why
do
his
that.
son is a gang
So,
and not a
you
label.
got a lot to think about. So I'll give you a few more minutes to ponder that, because that is, when they file a recidivist notice, that they have basically, in poker terms, they've called. Like, what do you want to do? So I'll let you think about that, and you can let me know, and if not, then we'll see you next week for trial.
Hey, this your boy Hog here with the Hate is Real podcast. Now let's get into this shit right here. Yeah.